to the Dancer's Hideout Bitesize Sundays, the place where you'll find all the tips and tricks to help you and your dance. My name's Ian, I'm a professional teacher and formal competitor with over 30 years of dance experience. Have you ever turned up to your dancing practice?
Yeah.
Hit play on the music, danced a few rounds, or danced a few, segments and whatnot, and thought,
I can't finish. I feel so weak.
I mean, I've done it too. Just turning up to the practice and sort of just going through the motions a little bit. And that's exactly what we're here to talk about today. The difference between planned practice and just winging it, or experiential practice, I guess.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for them.
And why one of these can completely change your dancing. Most dancers tend to think that more practice equals more progress, but that's not always true. It's not about how long you practice, but about how you practice. A planned session gives your body, your brain, and your partner clear goals, while winging it often just reinforces the same habits. You won't see real change. Practices in this type of form, and we're all guilty of experiencing them, of course.
Wrong.
They are comfortable practices. They're not getting us to train something new. We might even be looking at new subjects or things that our teachers have told us in the lessons that we've been having. But they're comfortable practices. They're not helping us shift into that discomfort zone of being able to experience something slightly different. Because in reality, the dancing that you feel comfortable with right now is what you're clear with. Whereas when you're having a lesson and identifying development, the development will always feel different. I think there are three types of practices that we can probably identify with, and they are all beneficial and serve their purposes in their own way. No one version of this is better than the other. Liar! The first one is what I would refer to as maintenance practice. This is where you're ticking things over. You're dancing through the choreography, the timing, your work with the partner, Ballroom Latin, whatever. You're dancing through the motions, but not like lazily. A maintenance type of practice is where you're just trying to ensure that you maintain the types of things that you're familiar and comfortable with from the previous practices that you've done. Again, it's not incorrect, it's just a description of where you can have a clarity established. When you're dancing, you want to make sure that you feel comfortable with what you're doing and confident as well, for sure, with what you're doing. And if you don't have that maintenance type style practice where you can sort of just dance through everything, feel really good with the things that you're doing, then of course things are going to come apart real quick. So those types of practices are very important. The second one is more of a development styled type of practice. This is where you'll break down exercises that maybe you've been given or you're developing at the current moment in time from your knowledge and your understanding and stuff. And this is where you're slowly breaking things down. This is where you'll dance, speaking from experience, a double reverse spin in the waltz for 2 hours.
Are you serious?
And there's still so much that you still need to do with it. The development style practice is where you're sort of getting into the nitty-gritty, you're pulling things apart a little bit, but not in a negative way. Of course, this is always with the intention of constructing and developing the things that you're working on. When you're starting to sort of disassemble some of the things that you're working on. Balance is a great one, with you standing on one of your feet, let's say for a rumba walk or something like that, and feeling how you're shifting your weight through the foot. Just this for a little bit, so that you can feel how that's happening. As soon as you can feel how that's happening, you can then begin to take the next step and repeat the same process so that you can develop, in this example, how you're moving your body weight from foot to foot as you take the rumba walk progressive step going forward. Okay?
Okay.
The third style of practice is what I would refer to as performance style practicing. This is where you are dancing as if you're at a competition.
Yeah.
You put the music on and it's 5 dances, waltz, tango, Viennese waltz, foxtrot, quick step, 2 minutes each dance, or full tracks. Whatever your training methods are. Then, same in the Latin as well. You're dancing. You're doing performance. The intention is not to think about what you're trying to dance in that moment.
Do it! Just do it!
You're just trying to perform as if you were visually at the competition. So how can we do this? Well, by choosing one or two key factors to focus on for the practice, and of course discussing this with your partner. Obviously, if you're dancing solo and doing the solo competition style dancing, of course that's not going to be necessary. Having a clear idea for either yourself or with your partner is a very important stepping stone to creating the right type of training environment that you need to develop the things that you're working on. So to start with, what you want to do is you want to pick out one or two key points that you're going to work on for your development style practice. Again, if you're working with your partner, collaborating a little bit between the two of you about what's going to happen, because sometimes when you want to, if you're a leader and a lady, for instance, leader might want to work on a specific detail. They might be like, okay, I need to work on how my right arm is in the ballroom hold here, so I need to really work on how this is moving and changing and all this kind of stuff. But the lady might be working on the drive action. She might be trying to go everywhere, whereas you're trying to focus on something refined. It's two different things, so it's not possible. So what you do, you compromise, as is the way.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
So what happens is you spend a few minutes on working on this idea, and the lady just does a maintaining styled type of practice because there's nothing for her to work on in that moment because the leader needs to work on their thing. And then the leader then does a maintenance style of practicing while the lady works on her driving action, for instance. If we're dancing by ourselves, a similar kind of methodology can happen. You don't want to have too many things happening in your practice. Keep it clear. 1, 2, maybe even 3 things to work on in a specific dance for your practice is just as good as trying to throw everything at the wall, hoping to see what sticks at the end of it.
Some motherfuckers are always trying to ice skate uphill.
When you're entering the practice environment, it's, like I said, it's clear to have 1, 2, or 3 specific details that you want to focus on for your focused version of the practice. Having a maintenance type of practice is also very, very important as well, because this helps us feel confident and clearer with the way that we're dancing certain things. You also know when you're making a lot of development, when some of those technical details that you're working on the specific parts of your dancing, because they need to be improved, suddenly shift into the maintenance side. You don't need to think about them anymore because they're sort of just happening. I can change my way and I'm not worrying about it.
Nice.
This is good, this is positive, because you know that you're making the correct shift. The last form of training is the performance side. And having done this many times on my own.
There's no one here beside me.
Selectively, sometimes with partners. Finals training is you dancing all of your dances for the expected competition. So depending on which level you're dancing, your finals practice will consist of the dances that you're expected to dance in a competition. The training is to try and perform these as if you were at a competition. Difficult to do in many regards because you don't have the dress and the suit on or the outfits, and you don't have the hair done, and there's not the competition there and the judges and all these other factors, so difficult to try and simulate. But what we try and do is we try and train the body so it is used to physically dancing for 2 minutes, 1 minute and a half, whatever it might be, to the music consistently. If you've enjoyed today's video, be sure to give us a like. We'll really appreciate it, of course. If you want to see more from the Dancers Hideout, then be sure to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Be sure to ding the bell icon so that you can stay notified for whenever we're putting out new videos or content. And you can also drop down in the comment section anything you'd like to see in a future video.
I called him.
You can also let us know also how your practices are going. Maybe there's one of these methods that we've talked about today that's going to really help you in your own practicing. Let us know. It'd be great to hear from you. In the meantime, I've been Ian. This here is the Dancers Hideout, and it's been a pleasure.